guys, welcome to That's Grace. How are you doing today? All right, so I'm gonna continue the discussion that my sister and I were having about bonding through hurt. Remember to like, subscribe, share the video, and hit the notification bell that's right beside the subscribe button so that whenever I post, you will know. Yeah, we feel like because we are Christians that God should really make it easy for us, or easier, you know. But every experience, God intentionally allows you to go through it to teach you something, and that is basically what God did with us. We had to learn to love each other, even when, based on what we had just thought about a minute ago, was enough reason to not talk to each other. I believe at that point in time now, I was lashing out because I was angry. I had so much bottled up anger about my entire childhood coming up, that at that time I was struggling, and though I loved my sister, the words that were coming out of my mouth was not reflecting that. And that was when I think I truly learned how to love. I think I truly learned at that time, because your initial response is, okay, how did you move from, you know, being nice and being the person to shelter and cover to being the person who cuss me out now and be saying all these demeaning things. But then I made a decision that for all the years that she took to love me while I was going through my process, that I could give that to her. For all those time, she deserved me receiving it and not responding. And I remember I had many moments when it hurt me to the core, because at this time, if she had a problem with me doing something, she's not gonna just be easy with her words. Her words were very sharp, and they were poisonous. And I had no way of putting the icing on the cake. I had to know how to receive the correction, but to reject the poison of the correction. And it took a lot. It took a lot of me swallowing my spit. It took a lot of me, you know, clenching my fist and walking out of the room, because I had made up my mind that whatever she was going through, I was determined to go through it and to endure it. And I remember moments when I would apologize for things. I would just be apologizing. And I remember there were 2 years that I spent, you know, asking my sister to forgive me for the many things I was insensitive about, and probably things that I would have been involved in that would have contributed to why she was hurting. And I remember for 2 whole years, and I know it because I journal, so I keep a record of these things. I journal, and I remember it didn't matter what, anytime she gave a correction, no matter how poisonous it was, my response would be, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. And I would find things that I knew I did wrong to her, and I would apologize. I would just keep on apologizing. And I remember after the 2 years, I said to her, I don't know how much more times I'm going to have to say sorry, but I'm going to continue saying sorry because I'm truly sorry. I never meant to do anything to hurt you. I don't know what experience was, you growing up and what you felt you missed and all of that, but I'm sorry. And I think that was the time I saw her slowly coming around. That was the time my sister got to understand the type of, I guess that was how she saw how I loved, because I made up my mind that if we were quarreling, that at the end of it we should be able to just, you know, kiss and make up, right? in the most innocent of ways, if you have to understand that term. Because we came to a point where I said, look, say it to me. Say what you're correcting me about, but any term that's going to offend, then don't say it.
Yeah, she basically taught me how to speak and not speak in anger, because I think by then she had realized that I'm trying to say something but I'm so hurt to the point where I don't know how to phrase it without it coming across being hurtful. And the guys, I was honestly trying, and one method that I used was that I used to just not talk. I would just go in my own corner, and I was just upset at the world. I was just upset. That was it. So I felt like, alright, I don't know how to talk to you guys, so I'm the best way I know how to not hurt you is to keep my mouth shut. And I realized that that was hurting them. That was hurting them too, and I just couldn't understand why is it that I'm keeping my mouth shut and you're still hurt. If I open my mouth, you're hurt. If I don't talk, you're hurt. And I couldn't understand why I needed to communicate, why I needed to share what I was feeling with someone else. I felt like I kept it in so long that I didn't know how to let it out. I remember knowing how to cry inside. I had mastered crying inside, so even if something was hurting me, I knew how to not show it. And I realized that at every stage in our life, once one person of the unit is hurting, then the entire unit is hurting. And the only thing that happened was that the hurt shift. I was exploding at that time, and I think what really ticked me off was the fact that I felt like I was done. And right around fifth form, I honestly felt like I was going to fail because I wasn't understanding things. There were some subjects which I felt like I was robbed of having good teaching, and here am I, one dunce person, having to go teach myself now, and I felt extremely overwhelmed. I didn't have the energy to be focusing on dealing with me. I was like, I need to just finish these exams. That's really what I was thinking. I honestly didn't know how, guys. So, and I feel like if you're in a relationship and realize we are twins, so this is a siblingship, you need to realize that your siblingship is equally as important as any relationship that you will ever be in. If you realize that someone is hurting, you're gonna have to make a decision if you're going to continuously add hurt to that hurting person, or you're gonna do your best to add love to that hurting person. And don't put a time limit on how long it takes for that person to heal. And as Asana said, she was used to feeling that love and used to feeling that compassion. I was not used to feeling it. I was used to being the one giving it, and I had gotten so toxic that I had no more to give. Father, we thank you. We thank you for the gift of family. And though many times we clearly mess it up, we thank you that you continuously give us chances to mend broken relationships. And so, Father, I pray for the many families out there, the many sibling relationships that have been broken because we've dealt with issues of life, but we forgot how to explain our hurt. And so we hurt the people that love us, and we hurt the people that we love. And so, God, I pray that forgiveness will reign among families and their relationships. I pray that love will reign in those relationships. And Father, I pray that you'll give them the strength and the capacity to have those conversations about
the many things that have hurt them, the many things that have gone wrong. And I pray that you renew their minds so that they'll have the capacity to renew those relationships as well. Father, I pray that your wisdom will take precedence in all these relationships. And I pray that you will begin to bind families together all over the world like never before. Father, I pray that you'll give people the heart to love, to truly love God, to truly love unconditionally, to truly not hold on to the wrongs that have been done to us, but to truly forgive, to truly be meek, to truly be kind, mighty God, and to truly give each other chances to grow and to evolve and to make mistakes. Father, these things I ask in your name. Amen.
Amen. Bye guys, thank you so much for watching, and we just want to say that, you know, in spite of all of that, God really kept us, and there were many experiences where our twinship could have been damaged, but it didn't, because here we are here today talking about it, and we're not talking about it from a perspective of hurt, but we are talking about it from the perspective of victors, and that is grace. It's only because of God's grace why we made it through, and it is because of his grace why we can stand here in victory. So thank you for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, all of them lovely things there. Bye.